Let's shift focus to a Signature Global. Let's pull that up on the screens and see what the counter is doing in trade. 1 to 1.1% is the kind of up move that we're seeing with Signature Global. The company has reported numbers, and overall, if you see clearly, revenues at around 749 crores. The company has reported a profit of 4.2 crores versus a loss of around 19.9 crores as well. Let's actually welcome in Rajat Kathuria, CEO at Signature Global. Rajat, good morning and welcome to the show, and congratulations on coming back into the black again. What has led to this kind of a number, and are you seeing this performance to continue?
So here, if you'll see, during this first half of this year, we've launched two large projects. One was by the name of Titanium SPR, which was a high-rise project, and the second is called Dakshin, which is a large integrated township. So on both of these projects, we've seen fairly good sales. So that's why, our sales number for the first 6 months is almost close to 6,000 crores. And, even if you look at the trailing 9 months, we've crossed about 9,000 crores in terms of our pre-sales. And, that continues to be going in the right direction, even post first half.
Hi, Mr. Kathuria. This is Anushi joining in. So you've achieved about 59% of your sales guidance in the first half. Want to understand, you've maintained the 10,000 crore of pre-sales guidance that you've given. Want to understand the next 1 to 2 year perspective in terms of pre-sales. How is H2 shaping up? If you can give more details on some of the launches that one should await for Signature Global.
So, Anushi, we've given a guidance of about 16,000 odd crores of launches during this year. Which is, at all the 3 micro markets which we usually target within Gurgaon. So I feel that by end of Q3, we would have launched all these projects. So we are by and large comfortable with the guidance we have given for the full year, which is of 10,000 plus crores. Going forward basis, last 3 to 4 years, we've been growing at a fairly, good pace of almost more than 50% CAGR. So I think even for next 2 to 3 years to assume that, more muted growth because, the base is much bigger now, of 20 to 25% growth is something, which we will maintain in the years to come.
Okay, so 25% of pre-sales growth that you're guiding for the next 1 to 2 years, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and coming to the collections, while collections also we've seen about a 13% growth. In your conference call, you highlighted that it's the next 2 quarters that one should await for, as we'll see more acceleration from there. So can you give us a picture on the collection growth as well?
Yeah, so collections tend to grow as, there's growth in pre-sales. So our pre-sales have been good for this 6-month period as well. So I think we've given an yearly guidance of about 6,000 crores of collection. So, we are sticking to it and hopefully we'll achieve it for this year.
All right, and you've mentioned in your launches that Titanium, SPR and Dakshin project, the new phases for that would be some of the new launches that one should await for. Is this in the next half that one should anticipate for these launches, or is it in FY26 that we are seeing? And if you can also quantify the size of these launches that are anticipated, give us more clarity on that.
So, as I said earlier, overall, we'll end up launching projects worth 16,000 crores. Dakshin and Titanium will comprise of almost 80% plus of the launches to be done during this year, including the second phase of launches, which we'll do in both of these projects. Besides that, we've launched, a project on the Dwarka Expressway by the name of Twin Towers. And we've launched another township during this quarter, which is called City of Colors, which is in the district of Manesar. So, these are the 2 other launches which we are doing. So it will all add up and, go beyond 16,000 crores.
Okay, so 80% of this 16,000 is coming in from the 2 launches that you've mentioned about. Now, what I'm interested to know about is price realizations. We've seen a healthy growth levels from FY24 to H1 FY25 as well. But there have been reports suggesting that the price realizations that are to be taken place will stabilize from year onwards. What's your outlook, if you can give us an industry perspective on Gurugram market or in some of the key markets that you operate in? What is the type of growth that one should anticipate in terms of price realizations?
See, over a medium-term basis, even we feel that, prices will be in that, inflation sort of, indexed manner. It would be like either late single digits or early double digits, because if you look at Gurgaon as a whole, over a 10-year span, the prices would have grown, somewhere close to the inflationary number. But the lot of catch-up effect happened in the year, 21 and 22. But going forward, we anticipate that these levels, it should be ballpark around that 10 odd percent level that we'll see price hike. The reason for our realizations to be better than the previous year is also because we launched the project by the name of Titanium, which is at a much more premium location than the projects launched in the previous year. So I think these are by and large fairly affordable levels at which the price point is right now. Our average price realization is about 13,400 rupees a foot. For the kind of locations and the infrastructure, social infrastructure being offered at all these locations and micro markets, it seems quite a reasonable price for the kind of product being offered.
Okay, Mr. Kathuria, so 10% is the level one should be looking at for price realizations for next year onwards. But coming to the net debt outlook, we've seen a reduction in your net debt as well, about 140 crore of reduction that has taken place. Want to understand from you, from FY25, where will our net debt stand at? Will it sustain at this current levels, or do we expect a further reduction?
You should anticipate a further reduction, because see, as collections will grow, it will lead to reduction in net debt, because on the land side, we have a fairly good portfolio of land inventory. We can do project launches, including the ones we are recently doing, comfortably. Adding the 16,000, we can do more than 50,000 plus crores of, launches. So in all these, land parcels, we've paid for, the landowners. So a lot of collection which is happening, which will first get attributed towards, development and the corporate overheads. But, it will definitely trickle down to debt reduction part of the cash as well. So by the end of the year, I think you'll see a further reasonable decline in the net debt level of the company.
Okay, so a reasonable decline that one should watch out for Signature Global. Well, Mr. Kathuria, that was my final question. Thank you so much for joining in and sharing your perspective on what's ahead for Signature Globals.